Hey guys, Hocus Pocus here, and welcome to today's video. So today we are going to be looking at crossbow enchantments for the new crossbow that was added into the game in 1.14, or Village and Pillage as some of you may know it. Of course, this update has only came out recently, and with new weapons comes new enchantments and all that good stuff. So today I'm going to give you a rundown of each of the enchantments that you can expect to find and or put onto your crossbows in the game. I'll give you a rundown of each of the levels of the enchantments. So of course some of them have multiple levels, such as Quick Charge, which has levels 1, 2 and 3. I'll give you the formulas involved in calculating what these enchantments do to your weapon, of course, at each level. And I will just try to give you as much detail as possible so that you can make a choice on which enchantments you'd like to put on your crossbow and how you can go about making the best crossbow in the game. Also, stay tuned for the end of the video where I'll give you a little tip about crossbows, a little kind of Easter egg that some of you might not know about. It's quite interesting, I thought. So, of course, stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's jump right into the first enchantment. Okay guys, so for the first enchantment that we are going to look into, it is going to be Multishot. Multishot is an enchantment, as you can see, that allows you to fire 3 projectiles instead of 1 whilst only consuming 1 arrow. So let's go ahead and give this a test. So first things first, Cow, if you could clear the range, that'd be nice. If we fire at the zombies here, you can see that multiple enemies are getting hit by the projectiles rather than just the one. And if you look very closely, or if I fire at the ground, you can see that 3 projectiles are ejected from the weapon. And of course, we've only consumed 3 arrows. So for this reason, you will only be able to collect 1 arrow when you fired it. You won't be able to just farm arrows in this way. There you go. See, the other 2 won't come back into my inventory. So that is the downside, or I guess one of the balancing features of this enchantment. It also works for arrows which have effects on them. So if you put the poison arrow in your offhand, load up the crossbow, see 1 arrow has been loaded into the crossbow. If we fire it, actually 3 projectiles come out. So this is the perfect enchantment for those of you who like to spread your damage across multiple enemies, or of course are able to get close enough to actually have more than 1 projectile affect a single enemy. So it's a nice enchantment. However, there are a few things to discuss that make it sort of a downfall on your weapon, I guess, but not too much. So when you fire a multi-shot crossbow, it will actually consume 3 durability points rather than 1, which of course would be consumed by 3 shots on a normal crossbow. So that is the one downside to it. And this crossbow enchantment also works when using the Easter egg that I'm going to show you at the end of the video, so keep that in mind. The next enchantment on the list is Quick Charge, and Quick Charge comes in 3 levels: Quick Charge 1, Quick Charge 2, and Quick Charge 3. Quick Charge 3 being slightly faster than a bow, if you're wondering about the speed of ranged weapons and that kind of thing. So Quick Charge allows you to load the crossbow faster. So here we go, let's do a quick rundown of each of the levels. So Quick Charge 1, Quick Charge 2, and finally Quick Charge 3. And as you can see, as we go up a level, it gets gradually quicker to load the crossbow. So each level is multiplied by 0.25 to give the amount of time that is reduced from the loading speed. So Quick Charge 1 times 0.25 is 0.25, so a quarter of the reload speed is taken off. Quick Charge 2 times 0.25 is 0.5, so half of the reload speed is taking off. And then Quick Charge 3 finally is of course 3 times 0.25, which is 0.75, which means that 3/4 of the reload speed is taken away. If you go into creative and give a crossbow Quick Charge 5, it will load instantly. However, if you give a crossbow Quick Charge 6 through commands, it will not be able to be loaded at all because it's too fast. So let me give you one more rundown of how this works. So here we go, Quick Charge 1. Oops, it didn't fire. Quick Charge 1, there we go. Quick Charge 2, there we go. And finally, Quick Charge 3, the fastest of them all, which is slightly faster than a bow, is about that quick. And for the final exclusive crossbow enchantment in the game, we're going to be looking at Piercing, which comes in 4 levels: Piercing 1, Piercing 2, Piercing 3, and Piercing 4. So the way this works is the level of the Piercing enchantment plus 1 is the number of entities that the arrow can make its way through. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, and finally Piercing 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, can, of course, shoot through 5 enemies at once. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration here with the zombies. I've lined them all up ready for a perfect piercing shot. So piercing 1 should only go through the first 2 entities here. See, 1, 2, and then the 3 zombies behind them didn't turn red. So let's try that one again. Let's get a bit of an angle. There you go. Look, 1, 2, and the rest are fine. And then piercing 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So this should be able to shoot through the first 3 entities. There you go. 3 turned red and the final 2 did not. 3 turning red, the final 2 are not. And then for piercing 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. So this should be able to shoot through the first 4 entities, but not the 5th. There you go. Look, the 4 entities at the front take damage, with the 5th one being perfectly okay. And then finally, piercing 4. 4 plus 1 equals 5. So this thing should be able to shoot through the entire lot. So here we go. Every zombie in the row turns red. Let's do that one more time. There we go. So, as you can see, piercing is a great enchantment when you are sort of bogged down by a group of enemies and you want to be able to damage them all at once. Much like Multishot, it is one of those weapons that will, one of those enchantments that will allow you to deal damage to multiple enemies at once. So that's it for all of the exclusive enchantments for the crossbow. However, the crossbow can also accept a couple of other enchantments. The first one being Unbreaking, so Unbreaking 1, 2, or 3 can be applied to the crossbow. And of course, Mending can also be applied to the crossbow. So if you're going to be making the ultimate ranged crossbow weapon in this game, you'll of course want to think about including these 2 enchantments on the thing. Unfortunately, at the moment, crossbows do not have an enchantment that is similar to, of course, the infinity that we can experience on the bow. So you will have to carry arrows with you at all times when using the crossbow. But maybe in the future we might see an update from Mojang which includes something like this into the game. So look out for that, hopefully. Okay guys, so before I give you the final tip, slash Easter egg that I mentioned at the start of the video, I've came up with 2 concoctions here, 2 of the best enchanted crossbows that you can currently achieve in the game, in my opinion, of course. So without further ado, let's jump right into the first one here, which is multi-bow. And of course, I've named these just to add to the allure of these mystical weapons. So since multi-shot cannot be used with piercing, I have gone with firstly a multi-shot bow that has quick charge 3 and mending as well as unbreaking 3. This is about as good as it gets for a multi-shot bow. So if you are into the multi-shot rather than piercing, I would suggest going with this enchantment layout. However, if you would prefer piercing over multi-shot, you can go ahead and craft yourself the piercer, which is very creative, I must say. So this guy has piercing 4, quick charge 3, mending, and unbreaking 3. And as I say, piercing and multi-shot cannot go on the same crossbow at the same time. So you have to choose one or the other. So quick charge 3, mending, and unbreaking 3 I would always recommend having because of course they can be used in conjunction with either multi-shot or piercing. But you will have to make the choice between piercing or multi-shot. Okay, so for the final segment of the video, something you may not know about the crossbow is that it can actually fire fireworks. So here we go. If we pop a firework into the offhand and load it into the crossbow, you can see the firework in the crossbow, then aim it off into the sky, let it go, and boom, there we go. So the longer the duration of the flight of the rocket, the farther it will be launched by the crossbow. So let's fire one again. I think these are only flight duration 1, so they don't go too far, as you can see. Also, rockets fired at entities will cause damage as long as they have an explosion. So 5 hearts of damage is caused by the explosion hitting the mob. So let's try that again. As you can see, the zombie turns red, which indicates he is taking damage. And another beautiful thing about this is that if you load one into the multi-shot and give it a fire, you can see it actually fires 3 fireworks into the sky, creating this really cool effect there. So let's give it another shot. And once again, firing these at a group of entities will cause all of them damage, and also yourself if you get too close. So let's give it one more fire. And there you go. So I hope I've taught you guys something new today. I hope that you found this interesting and of course informational. If you did, then please be sure to drop a like down below. That will be much appreciated by myself, and of course will help the channel out. If you have any questions about this, any suggestions, any comments, any feedback, be sure to drop those down in the comment section below, and I will be 100% sure to respond to you on any comments in that section. And finally, if you're new around here or haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to hit that red button, subscribe to the channel to stay tuned to, of course, our Let's Play series, our tutorial videos, any videos like this, and anything else really that I decide to post to the channel. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for taking precious time out of your day to watch my video. I really am grateful to have you here. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.